What's up, everyone? We're going to talk about 3 budget loadouts that will help you get from level 1 to level 5 and escape from Tarkov. Obviously, this video is aimed at those who either just got the game or those of you out there who prefer to run budget loadouts. As a new player, reaching level 5 should be your first and primary goal. You may be asking why. Why is it so important to hit level 5 quick? Well, the answer to that is to unlock the flea market. The flea market allows you to browse and buy items listed by other players. That means you can buy better ammo, better guns, better armor, and even some quest items. Having access to the flea market completely changes the game and allows you to compete with higher level players by running better loadouts and ammunition. We'll start with the cheapest option and work our way up. Running with a pistol is my least favorite option of the 3 that we're going to discuss. But if you're broke and can't afford anything else, then you're left with either pistol or hatchet runs. When the choice is between the two, I prefer to run a pistol. I don't know about you, but I'd much rather have a pistol instead of nothing. Not until I'm bankrupt at least, and that has yet to happen. With that having been said, running a pistol can be really tough without higher level ammo. Adequate ammo is not really available at levels 1 to 5 for pistols, so if you struggle with this loadout, keep that in mind. Don't take me wrong, that doesn't mean you can't make it work. Just make it a point to try and take out a scav as soon as possible, so that you can grab another weapon. So, if you're completely broke and have nothing left, or if you're trying to learn the maps, you may want to consider this option, as it's the cheapest. To kit up, we need to visit Prepor. Pick up the TT pistol for 7,818 rubles. When compared to the PM pistol, for just 1,500 rubles more, the TT coupled with better ammo is the clear choice. Unload the magazine, either now or once you go back into your inventory. Next, you'll want to grab 2 magazines, along with the FMJ ammunition shown. The FMJ rounds offer slightly higher base damage and travel around 2 milliseconds faster than AKBS rounds. It's important to note that AKBS rounds offer slightly better penetration power and armor damage. You'll want to place a round in the chamber and have 3 magazines loaded, so you'll need to purchase at least 25 rounds. If you have extra cash, I recommend taking another 20 to 50 rounds in your container so that you can reload your magazines if need be. Now, let's head over to Therapist, where we'll grab some painkillers, an AI2 kit, a bandage, and last but not least, a bottle of water. You can always skip the water if you're running a smaller map, like Factory for example. I'd take a splint in place if doing so. If you can afford a balaclava from Ragman for 2,719 rubles, grab one to cover up your face. They help you blend into the environment and are well worth the added cost. If you'd like to run a backpack, grab a tactical sling. However, a big part of maximizing your profit with any of these budget builds relies on taking out a scav or PMC to attain a backpack as soon as possible. Now load all 3 magazines. Place one of the magazines back into the pistol, then place a single round into the chamber by dragging the rounds onto the pistol. Hold Alt and click to equip. Place both magazines along with the AI2 kit and painkillers in your pockets. Put the bottle of water, bandage, and some extra rounds into your case. The water can be useful if your stomach gets blacked out. When that happens, you quickly dehydrate and should extract immediately, especially when without a surgical kit. Ensure the loadout if you'd like, for just under 1,000 rubles. There's a good chance you'll get your pistol back if you do die. I always ensure my kits, even if they are crap. There's one more thing I want to talk about with this particular loadout, and that is the fact that we filled our pockets completely. When you deplete your first magazine and reload, you'll end up throwing the empty magazine on the ground, since you have no additional space to hold it. Just something to keep in mind. I don't mind losing a mag, as I'd rather lose an empty mag and have 2 full mags, instead of having just 1 extra mag. After depleting the first magazine, you'll hopefully have got a kill, and you can pick the magazine back up once the area has been secured. If not, then who cares, because it was insured, so you'll get it back eventually. The second loadout is my favorite of the 3 because you can easily one-shot someone with decent aim. It can be effective in both short and long range encounters, and is my go-to budget loadout. The Mosin has a couple of drawbacks, one being that it is a really long gun, so you could run into problems when in close quarters. When too close to a wall or object, the gun will be pressed horizontally against your chest and you will not be able to fire. If you aren't careful, this alone can get you killed. Another downside is that the Mosin is a bolt-action rifle, so you're going to have to rechamber a round after every time you fire. There are multiple advantages though, one being the simple fact that you don't need to carry additional magazines, only ammunition, which frees up a slot in your pockets. But the biggest plus is the ammunition that's available to a level 1 player. Even guys with decent armor will fall to this rifle. The more I practice with this weapon, the more impressed I am by it. However, if you aren't a fan of bolt-action rifles, then you may have a hard time adapting. For this kit, we'll start by visiting Prapor. The rifle itself will cost you 33,436 rubles. Next, pick up some ammunition. You want LPS GZH rounds. I recommend purchasing at least 36 rounds. Now head on over to Therapist. Grab painkillers, a splint, a bandage, and an AI2 medkit. If you have some extra cash, bring a bottle of water along with you in your container. Don't forget to grab a balaclava if you can afford to. Then, head back over to your inventory and remove the magazine from the Mosin. And then drag the ammunition into it. Load the magazine. Now hold down Alt and click the rifle to equip it. Place the extra ammunition in your pocket, along with your medical supplies. Set each medical item to a keybind by hovering over each and clicking any key, 4 through 0. I recommend using the same keybinds on your medical supplies for each run. That way you build up muscle memory when in a gunfight. The last kit recommendation is the beefiest of all, and for those of you that love to spray and pray. It's actually a solid kit and really fun to play with. The AKS-74U can be picked up for a decent price considering it comes preloaded with decent ammunition. The magazine comes fully loaded with BP rounds which can't even be purchased from Prapor until you've hit level 3 with him. Not to mention, it saves you a little bit on upfront ammunition costs. If you decide to run this kit, I would definitely pick up some body armor as well so that you can play aggressively. But if you can't afford armor, you can still be effective with this weapon. You might want to consider playing stealthy though. Speaking of being aggressive, when firing on target with this weapon, keep spraying until you are certain they have dropped. If you're raining bullets at them, you may just take them out. I recommend loading up offline mode with this kit to get a hang of how the AK feels before using in a live scenario. The recoil takes a little bit of time to get used to. For this loadout, we'll head back to Prapor for the final time. You can purchase the AKS-74U for either rubles or 2 horse figurines, which you probably don't have anyway, but just a note. After grabbing an AK, purchase 2 magazines for it, then grab 120 rounds of PS ammo. If you can't find PS rounds, it's because you need to finish the quest, Delivery from the Past, that Prapor provides. If this is the case, grab PRS rounds instead. PRS rounds have a higher damage output, but have less penetration power and do less damage to armor, so keep that in mind. Next, head on over to Therapist. Grab some painkillers, bandage, a splint, a AI2 medkit, and a bottle of water. Finally, head over to Ragman. Grab a balaclava and pick up a MRIG. You can shave 20k off the total cost of this kit by skipping the body armor. You can also purchase P.A.K.A. armor with bandanas found in Raid. So if you come across these, make sure you save them. P.A.K.A. armor really isn't that great, but for now, it'll work. Now head back to the inventory screen. As you can see, the magazine that came with the AKS is already preloaded with ammunition. Place the magazine back into the AKS, and then add a round to the chamber. Load both magazines with ammunition, then Alt-click the MRIG to equip it. Control-click the magazines to automatically place them in the rig. Put the leftover ammunition into your container so that you can reload your magazines in Raid if needed. Now put the splint, AI2, painkillers, and bandage all in your pockets. Alt-click the balaclava to equip, and then finally, place the bottle of water in your container. I definitely recommend insuring this kit, as veteran players won't even consider picking any of it up. But again, the choice is yours. I hope this information helps you out on your quest to reach level 5, or to make some extra cash so that you can run better loadouts. As all of us know, Tarkov is not an easy game, especially when first starting out. So expect to fail a lot. But even with knowing that, don't let that thought affect your mindset. Go into each game thinking there's no way you won't make it out alive. There's not one person that can take you out. Once you have the basic controls down, play aggressive, and remember to constantly change positions. If you fire from one spot, make sure you move to another. Don't reload magazines in the open. Take cover. Be patient after getting a kill. Don't rush to loot. And another useful tip, if you know you're about to engage in combat, pre-med by taking a painkiller immediately, as it could change the outcome, resulting in winning versus losing the fight. Also, I recommend that you spend some time researching the different ammo types for each gun so that you can make better decisions when choosing which ammunition to run. Good ammo is one of the most important things you can have in this game, and once you have access to the flea market, you'll want to run the best you can afford. Decide on a favorite loadout and stick with it match after match, and I guarantee you'll start to profit. It's only a matter of time before you start feeling more comfortable with your preferred weapon. Thanks for taking the time to watch. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button. If you'd like to see more of my content, then I invite you to hit that subscribe button as well. Either of these actions really help out a smaller channel like mine. Until next time, take care. Thanks for watching.
Like in the movie. Got a bad feeling.